Hi, if you're running Steam in CrossOver on your Mac and want to add an external hard drive to store all or some of your games on, this is how you do that. This is version 25.1.1 of CrossOver, but the process is very similar on older and hopefully newer versions of CrossOver as well. Alright, first, if you want to use an already existing hard drive that your Mac can read and write to at this point, this is perfectly fine and your Steam games will share the space with whatever files are already on the drive at this point. If you, however, are using a new drive with no files on it, it is always a good thing to first insert it into a free USB port on your computer, press the search button or command space on your keyboard, write disk utility and then press enter. In here, make sure you have selected the correct drive in the list to the left. In this case, I'm using an external SSD drive from AData. Select your drive and then click Erase, give it a name and a format. Usually you can leave these settings as they are, but the recommended things to pick is usually APFS for external SSDs or macOS Extended for external spinning drives. Here though, for some reason I could only pick macOS Extended, which is also just fine even for an SSD. Then we select Erase, and that's that for formatting the disk. Next, we open CrossOver where we already have our Steam bottle installed. We make sure here that we are in the Steam bottle and then we select Wine Configuration to the right. In here, we select the Drives tab. Up the top, we can see the drives that are already added by default, but we want to add one more, being our external one. To do this, we click on Add and select a drive letter. This can be basically any one of the available ones, but I felt D was natural to pick here, so we'll go with that. Once the D drive is added, we need to point it to our actual external drive. To do this, we make sure that the drive is selected and then we click on Browse. Here it looks a little bit messy, but just scroll down to the bottom and expand the Volumes option. Here we can now see our two real drives, both the Mac's internal drive as well as our external one called Games. Now we select the game drive and then press OK. We then close the Wine Configuration window by also selecting Apply and OK. After this, the process is basically the same as it is in a normal Windows version of Steam. So we start up Steam from CrossOver and then we click on the Steam text up to the left and select Settings followed by Storage. Here up the top, we can then click on our pre-selected C drive and change it to the new D drive, which is our external one. So if we now want to install a game, say Skyrim for example, we just go over to the game and select Install. Steam then lets us pick which drive we want the game to be installed on. Alright, that is about that. Please though share any thoughts or questions in the comments below and I'll do my best to help with what I can. Thank you for watching. Bye!